Hello. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Kick keeping the bot only streak going. Hell yeah. I definitely 100% remembered to open the game. I don't know what you're talking about. I totally remember to open the game. Hi, buddy. We have a kitty. Do not get spooked by the Owlcats. I love owlbears. Hello, Philemon. How are you? Oh, that is going through the wrong well, that's going through my speakers, which is not ideal. Computer, please. I need my hotbar. I need my taskbar. Thank you. There we go. Now y'all should be able to hear the things. Huh. So, hi. What's up? Last week we talked a lot in this game. We talked a lot in this game last week. What's up, my boy? And I do so believe made up a good build for the paladin subclass that is seen as the most vanilla. Which archetype is that? Which one are you talking about? What dost thou meanest? But yeah, we did the things that we needed to do in the ship. And I do so believe that the next thing that we need to do is do something out here. So I'm assuming that this is where this is us, right? Yes. Okay, so this is us. Choir Master Zachary Weiss is asking you to speak to you via private. Okay. Wait, what game are you talking about? Greetings, your lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices. Blah, 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 blah. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. Okay. When the abyss screams at you. This scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the dynasty's worlds. It's coming from the Rycat System's astropathic station. What's the nature of this scream? Hope I can get my golden dice next few weeks. Hell yeah. We do not know, your lordship, but it has brought the Immaterium to a boil. It has always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness where expelled images fuse together, twisting and cackling before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages in the Empyrean, and it fills me with terror. Scream stuff. We'll be able to contact someone. I humbly hope so, your lordship. Perhaps we'll manage to send a call for aid to the Von Valencius worlds or one of the dynasty's allies. Okay. Thank you, your lordship. Psychic scream. Hooray. What is this? Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilites continue to maintain Vox silence. Perhaps due to Urek 5 being off limits to visitors, we intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Order the auger crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remained silent for a while, but then you hear static in Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the auger crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the room. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignoring us? I'm sorry, Lord Captain, the station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. What the hell? Oh, okay. We will dock. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you'll have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Well, we have a whole lot of options here. I could either take all of my crew that I have available to me, or I could go in there weaker. I am curious as to which way we should do this. Oh, hi. Also cutscene. Onward!
Worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Also, hello, Jello. Hi.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Yo, Dante! Just download this to do another playthrough? Hell yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing. Also, what? Hands off. Hands off. All right. Camera. Okay, there we go. The camera reminded where it was supposed to be. That was interesting. A tall man. You found the other side of the windows. Congratulations. Yeah, I have a feeling that wasn't quite what was supposed to happen there. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. There's a camera on something that isn't placed on the map yet. This is fairly infrequent unless you kick certain companions out of your party and they're trying to chime in during plot. That's funny. I wonder if that's because the game doesn't want me to be here yet. It expects me to have somebody else in my party before I come here. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother. This is the ideal first place to go. Oh, is it? Okay, never mind then. Oh, wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You must be a lord of the Von Valancius dynasty. Yes, I'm absolutely positive. In fact, yep, you are correct. It just changes if you go somewhere else first. Ah. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, let me introduce myself. Before you stand, it's Phallic Christoph August, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traitors? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urek 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio. And the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pays me to say you are not on the guest list. There's actually 3 places in the system that change based on whether you go there first or not first. I feel like this one is the best to start both narratively and mechanically. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense for it to be because it is the closest to where your ship spawns on the map. But also, it doesn't have any quests directly pointing you here. So I could very easily see people ignoring this for, at the very beginning. I'm looking for the Inquisitor. The Lord Inquisitor's interrogator? I think I would know if such an important individual decided to pay us a visit. Provide me with the navigator and I'll immediately depart. I do not think this is possible. Urac 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts, and we do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, I like gestures at the disorder around him. You have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. Where are these courses come from? It does that you need to get a navigator to advance the main plots. You're required to go here before the chapter ends. That's true, but what I mean that there's not a quest, I mean like when you scroll over it in the map, it doesn't have like here's the quest thing on it. Betrayal, a most banal thing in the life of the Nobilite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend Theobald Orcelio, the second keeper of Uric 5 and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Free scum, I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Hey, that sounds very similar to what the fuck we just dealt with. Felix falls silent for a few moments and then furiously slams the end of his staff into the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. Take it by force. Can I help? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet, Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet, Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swift. You may actually succeed. Because I'm so fucking awesome. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orcelio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I remake it? I have a phylactery. He's a lich! Containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priest ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. How am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence, and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. Why should I help you? Why is this a question? He's already explained explicitly. Unless it's just like, what do I get out of this? Which, we potentially get a navigator out of this. Only a fool asks questions like this. It is so simple. I guess that. Like, he's injured grievously. So what have you decided, descendant of the Von Valancius line? I'll rescue your mistress, but in return I require that House Arcelio sign a contract. So be it. Hurry. Hell yeah. The mistress's safety is all that matters. Hello, Taco. How are you? I do find it amusing that A, I never realized, and B, that this is a fact that a not insubstantial percentage of my regular viewership is named after food. End dialogue. All right. Out of the elevator, Mr. using a cogitator in the guard room. So we got guards down there. Please don't eat me. Look. I only do that stuff if people pay me enough, alright? I don't do that shit for free. Return to the void ship. Examine. Corpses were mauled by a force far beyond any mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain, and the hands are fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery. Oh, that's fun.
We shall reclaim what is right.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
Who the fuck are you talking about, woman?
Talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery. Cast your eye there.
Thank God I don't actually have to fucking find, like, another mechanism like we do in Wrath. I'm actually somewhat surprised that there's not more enemies, considering the number of enemies that were over there. Oh, loot. Hell yeah. More loot. Hell yeah. Most of these unfortunate souls took their own lives by slicing their guts wide open. Whoop. Warhammer's fucking weird, dude. Stand firm! We must not let the miscreants defile House or Celio. Fire at will.
Grovel before the faithful. Stand your ground.
In combat, you can see... Yeah. Wait, do I not have that option turned on? I should have that option turned on, right? Okay, yeah. I was like... I love how Grizzly Warhammer gets. It's just like... There's a lot of weird motherfuckers in these fucking games. In this world, in this universe. Oh, this is one of my sniper people. Wait, I have like... Alright. She's a shotgun person. And then he's my melee tank person. Or wait, who? Who? Who is Will? Do I have a Will? I don't have a Will. I have an Abelard, I have a Terry, I have an Adira, and I have an Argenta. They said fire at will. Oh, I missed that. So you do not have a will. I'm afraid you've already lost. It's a lie! I refuse to believe this. And then we just hit... What do you mean the target's too far? That's what I thought. Fuck you. And then we want this on you.
Follow my lead.
The hell are these people going?
Weapon at the ready.
So if I just do this, what was my percent? 62, 62, 95, 62, 95, 62, 75. If I were to do this, potentially can kill.
Your corrupt way has
Get fucking wrecked, you stupid bitch. Alright, Abelard.
I'm not interested.
I might just have him chill.
Break their morale.
How the fuck you hit her? Him. That's Terry. Might swap to this. Okay, so wait. What does this do? Plus 12 momentum. I don't think we need that for here. 19%. Let's go. Wow, you can't aim for shit, can you, woman?
Stay vigilant.
Alright, so these motherfuckers are just gonna... like, actually can't get her close enough to do anything this turn, can I? If I run her here... then do this. And then we get them both. Hell yeah. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. So apparently... I'm gonna do this on myself. My shift key was still being counted as being held, so it used the single target to enable to hit with the staff from there, I don't think. I mean, like, it was showing... oh, no, wait, I couldn't have. Alright, fine.
My faith strengthens me.
Such a dick. Alright, so we're gonna do... we got 4 of these. So wait, do I even need to do this? No, I do not. God damn it.
I'd rather not.
But what if I would rather you do that? Because I personally would rather you do that. Can't go around. I know. Oh, but you can run to an empty space? Oh, that I actually didn't know, because that's not a thing in the Pathfinder games. Right. No, it's just an axe. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
That's not the Seneschal's job. Follow my lead.
You the bitch. That's what I'm getting here. Follow
my lead.
Wait, she didn't actually move. Fuck. I'm not used to the you have to click and then it's like we might do a thing after you click. I'm not used to that. All right. I think I actually do just bring her all the way up here. What is this one? This was analyzed. This one is exposed weakness. Gotcha. Clicking to confirm. Yeah, I'm not used to that shit. It'd just be a bunch of bonus movement, but when it does end your normal movement when you... But it does end your normal movement when you do it, unless you take a towel for it. Okay. Click to place a hologram. Yeah, I'm not used to that. But I'm just also not used to, if I do that, can I hit these people? No, not even close. I can almost hit this guy, actually. Wait, I can't hit this guy. I couldn't hit these with chain lightning. Charge goes real useful with some of the peripheral abilities. Yeah. It would be from after the movement. It was showing the rage as being... Wait. So what? So, okay, if I'm looking at this, there's a fucking line right here in the stairs. What does that mean? If that's not the rage, if the rage actually does go up here, what does this line here on the stairways mean? The little red rage lines were from your original position, but the icon over them when you used the cursor was measuring from where the destination was. But, like, I'm now here. I'm now at my destination. And the lines are still showing here. Like, what do these lines mean? Normal and long range lines? What's the difference? Long range has penalties to hit? Not on a lightning arc. It's just an auto hit, I thought. Alright, there we go. Damn, his fucking head came off. Hell yeah. We're gonna come here. Wait, I can get there? Oh, hell yeah. Get fucked, you stupid bitches. Violet 87 is showing the 2 increments. Avalar can move up, charge around the side of... Yeah. We got there. Oh, this little bitch moved. All right, you're actually useless at this point. All right, now. What are you? Meteorite chunk. Okay. Ripper, auto pistol, frag grenade. Wait. Ooh, do I have anybody that's even using pistols? I mean, I can technically, yeah, right? Wait. Rate of fire, range, max ammo. So I'm trading slightly less ammo for more armor pen and a higher rate of fire. It's slightly higher recoil. Is that, am I reading this correctly? Wait, what the fuck? No, you dumb bastard! That's not what I said! I have found a consumable. Grenade, stimulants, medkits, and other consumable plays a quick... Yep. Actually, that... Wait, who's got demolition shit? I remember specifically looking at somebody being like, I want to do stuff based on your demolition. Who was that? Fires 2 at a burst, Ripper fires 8. Last weapons have bonus accuracy. Projectile weapons have more over penetration. Should have the highest demolition. Demolition damage. Yeah. Okay, so I did use this. Okay. Deals 5% more damage for every 10 points of demolition instead of 5% for... Okay. Yeah. Humanity's finest. Hell yeah. Okay. Argenta, you get the grenades. I'm just gonna load your bitch ass up. What are you? Mutated flesh sample. Sounds pleasant. I'll check the armor in a second. You... Tremendous honor, yes, but this promotion will transfer the entire squad to the child's personal guard. By the God Emperor! Well, you are a strapping lad. You will only make it for a Cycler 3. What the fuck? Wait, what is happening here? Oh, shit! I forgot. I need to plug this in. I forgot to have my earbud charging this entire time. It was worked out better men than me. What even is the point if your brains turn to mush? I'm gonna rip out my eyes like Amos did. At best, I'll just go bonkers like that little shit stain that kept stealing our Iho. What happened to that one? Threw himself out of a depressurized chamber because some voices told him to. Good. Calm down. Keeper Felix said the squad will not have to serve the child for long. He even gave us a little leeway. Unlike that fish-eye, be quiet! He might hear you. Well, you know what I mean. He almost busted our heads because someone forgot to check the catering unit. Well, you know, catering is important. You need that food. We haven't let in a single outsider in over 10 years, but Keeper Theobald keeps finding things to fret over. Imagine the shrieking if he finds out Keeper Felix didn't make us inspect the hangar after Lord Winterscale's most recent visit. Throw it from it! I try to steer clear of the skulls among the high boards. Some of Keeper Felix's orders make little sense, but the last time he commanded that we cut off communications with Reich, I ignored us for a while. Why would you do that? Looks like you're tired of the Winterscale Scion's visits. It was a pleasure to aid Keeper Felix. That's right, if the Highborn have grown tired of each other, let them deal with it. Yep. Alright. And what is this? Library is full of treatises on the most distinguished scholars of the Imperium, from Astra Militarum tacticians to stuff. To Adeptus Mechanicus Genitors. Okay. Thought it said genitals for a second. I was like, I don't think machines are supposed to have those, but you know, it is the future, so maybe. Lady Navigator statue looks pristine and new. Let's see, what do you look like? Oh my god, she looks like a human. Imagine a world. Hello? Use casing WH40k. I feel like that's a reference to something that I don't quite get. Statue by the famous Calixian sculptor, chronicler Zacharias Vernon the Magnificent, the 23rd year of this millennium. Original. Can't possibly be true. I know, right? Fucking horrifying. Okay, so what do we do here? Armor deflection, dodge penalty. Oh, this is medium armor. This is medium. We should probably have her in medium armor, right? Never mind. She has something that's better. What do you got? You're light. I should probably also be light. Yeah, I think that item is for a puzzle in another room. Ah, gotcha.
The Emperor gave me a vision.
No way we leveled up from the...
Crew continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
Good for you.
The people grieve. Lady Theodora was with us so long that we started to believe she was immortal.
Yeah. All right. What was I taking here? Dismantling attack. Wait. Wait. Why was this red? I feel like the fact that it's not telling me to boost up my ballistic skill just feels really weird for a sniper. The right side is favorites, basically something you want to pick up later so you don't have to go searching through the list again. Gotcha. Alright, what are the attacks and everything? Is it full wounds? Attack deals 60% more damage to that enemy. That would be really good for me, actually. Wait, why is this here then? If I already have this, why is this here? Bonus accuracy. So really, you're going to care more about perception since that's dodge reduction. Oh, really? Okay. I kind of want fresh target, right? So 10 plus perception bonus, which my perception bonus, even after the bonus, even after this? Oh, because I'm in a middle stage. That's a little unfortunate. Hits an enemy that is affected by both an exploit and exposed weakness. That enemy loses 3 movement points. Their damage reduced by 10% on their next turn. That's not bad. That is not bad. However, you know what's better than CCing somebody or lowering their damage and movement? Killing them. May not be showing the right bonus on the tooltip. Yeah, I mean, like, either way, it's going to be a 16% or a 17%. It's not a major fucking difference, right? Death is the ultimate CC. You are correct in this. Offense. Okay, let's just actually go. Let's just look at this. There's an exploit on an enemy. The operative gains +1 damage and +2% armor pen until the end of combat. Only applies that to the first strike or projectile of first attack. Yeah. Excuse me. That's 50% damage. Percentage bonus 10 or higher. You gain +1 AP and ignore enemies' deflection. Yeah, so this is going to be insanely good once I get more perception. Right now, it is useless. Yeah. Uses precise attack on a target affected by 6 or more exploits that scores a hit. That hit becomes a crit. Okay. Could be good later. Technical knowledge requires 3 exploits instead of 4. It increases the operative's damage by an additional 9%. What? The operator does not move this turn. They deal +2 more damage with single shot attacks for every 5 cells between them and the target and gain +6 ballistic skill. These bonuses do not stack. Last until the operative moves. I believe int bonus lowers the amount of exploits it requires for the auto crit talent. You are correct in that. Good call. Wait, where's buddy? Where do I find precise attack? Oh, it's an ability. Got it. Okay. Understood. I do think that I still want to take fresh target. Like literally the first the first option was the best one, I think still. Blood icon on your next level. Ah, okay. For the next attack against a target affected by an exploit, that target's cover efficiency and block will be reduced by -15 plus 6/3, which I believe that is my intelligence. Perception. Stack will have blah 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 times. Wait. So we'll reduce by 15 plus 6/3, or plus perception over 3. But you're filtering the list. Ah, all right. Well, that's fine. I was looking for precise attack anyway. It'd be minus 15 plus 2 times stacks of exploit. Okay. And then also a 15 plus stacks of exploit hit chance. Okay. That's not bad. I like fresh target. I think that's fine. Like I said, there's definitely a lot of really good options here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we can just hide those. I mean, I guess you do kind of want. I actually, okay. I wish that there was a difference between previously selected and unavailable. Perfect spot. Plus 25% cover efficiency, infant cover, plus 50 perception, and plus 50 ballistic skill. Oh, here, let me actually look at what the rest of this is. Until the operative's next turn, their allies' attacks also remove exploits to deal plus 4 more damage. I feel like this is okay if you're spreading your attacks out over a wide range of enemies. But I feel like the operatives get so much more out of exploits that by giving your teammates the ability to remove them is actually going to hurt you. If you have fewer targets, right? Like, say you're in a boss fight, right? You're in a boss fight, you're stacking up exploits that, like, operatives have other, like, how many other things did we see that operatives have that, like, don't deal with removing exploits, but, you know, you get bonuses based on how many there are and whatnot. And then, like, everybody else is hitting them, removing all of your exploits, so you can't fucking take advantage of all those other bonuses. I mean, yeah, you could build and just not take those other things, but I feel like this is a bit of a trap ability, honestly. I feel like this kind of traps you into a worse build. Intimidation. Next, non-area attack inflicts the intimidated effect on the first target hit by the attack and all... Wait, what? Passively put exploits on everything they see at the target's turn, and exploits have a higher initial damage bonus than the scaling for extra exploits. The spreading out attacks would result in more or lower damage if you do it. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, it seems to be really, really good in, like, fights like we just had, where there's a bunch of different enemies, and I can have my operative focus on 1 or 2 over on this side, while you have everybody else deal with the people in the middle and the people over here, right? Like, literally what we just did. But if you're in, like, a single target boss fight, you're actually hurting your operative's abilities. I think I took perfect spot fairly early. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems good. I think I would probably take the second. I think precise attack, especially since precise attack has is a prereq for other things that seem to be quite good. Wait, what does this do exactly? Use a precise attack on a target affected by 6 or more exploits that scores a hit. That hit becomes a critical hit. Oh, actually, is that good? No. I just... If the operative hits the target with an exploit stack, the attack deals the damage is also increased by 10%. For each exploit. It removes all exploits. Okay. 2 upgrade talents for precise attack. Gotcha. Oh, well, here's a perfect spot. Just like grants the operative plus 11% armor pen against enemies that are 7 cells away or farther. 5+ perception. Okay. Granted, most battles have a shit ton of enemies. Yeah. And that's another thing, right? Like, I don't know what kind of fights we're going to be dealing with. All right. What are we taking? Let's reduce that. Endure. We already have Reckless Strike. Warrior's next melee attack gains plus 20% armor pen and 8 damage and ignores 12% of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons. Oh, okay. A lot of trash enemies usually because they have a lot of trigger on kill talents. Yeah. Like I do remember the I mean the only boss that we've dealt with so far is the one that's like it will eat its allies and heal from them kind of thing. Marks a target, gaining 22% armor and 6 damage on melee attacks against that target. Okay. Slash ability, which costs 0 AP and has 1 charges for the current round. Slash cannot be used in the same round as charge. Oh. Okay. Warrior gathers all their might for a crushing strike. Pushes the enemy away. This is the push is equal to 3 cells. The ability cannot be used with a heavy rock saw. Terrifying scream, drawing the attention of their enemies and becoming a priority target for any enemy who fails a willpower resistance test for 3 rounds. I think Sworn Enemy is really good. It's like a Cavalier's challenge in Wrath. Reckless Strike is also good. Like, this seems really good with something like Cleave, right? Like, yeah, it's reckless, right? Because if they survive, but like the amount of damage that this adds is insane. Tournament is really good when you combine it with all the other flat damage increases Warrior provides. They can be monster damage dealers even on low base damage. Well, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of like just like this does this X amount extra damage. This does X amount extra damage. You know. Okay, so what does Slash do? Dashes through an enemy to the cell of the enemy's opposite side and makes a melee attack with minus 50% reduced damage. Can be applied only once for 1 target per round. Does not provoke attack of opportunity. I sigh because if you read this the way that it is written, this does 50% more damage. Because if you do minus 50% reduced damage, that means you have increased your damage by 50%. I hate it. Again, we did this last week. There was that one description last week where they included the word "the" in the description, and it entirely reversed the meaning of the description. Just remove reduced with minus 50% damage. That is what you mean in this description. I hate it. I hate it, dude. Owlcat, hire me. I am the autist that you need to be able to proofread your shit. I know. That's why I'm saying they need to hire me. I will proofread their shit and I will find all of these things because I am autistic. What do we do with you? Wait, carouse allows you to resist poisons, stimulants, and alcohol. Well, I guess, okay. I've submitted hundreds of bug reports to this game for things like that, and many have been fixed, I feel like. Yeah. It's just like, is it a big deal, and can anybody who has any kind of critical thinking figure out that that's not what that means? That, you know, what the intended meaning is? Yes, obviously. Anybody can figure that out. However, it still says what it says. Still says what it says, God damn it. Oh, interesting. Wait, this gives us a full 10. I only got a 5. What the fuck? That's bullshit. Some of those are bloody confusing. Yeah. I don't actually know what I care about on this guy. Well, holy shit, his carouse is high. Skill bonuses give 10. Stat bonuses give 5. That's the difference. Okay. I see. It feels so limiting to only be able to boost one skill. Finding new D&T names, yeah, for real. I probably want to boost athletics. Because I don't think I have another good athletics person. I mean, Argenta might be able to. I don't know. What is your athletics? Oh, no. Hell no. Never mind. Hell no. Yeah, I think we just boost his athletics. I think that's important. Because that, like, athletics is one of those, like, I don't think that it's going to be that useful in, like, primary story stuff, but I feel like it's going to be incredibly useful for, like, getting... It keeps 2 skills maxed out on each character and splash a 3rd one. Okay. But yeah, I think athletics is, like, really important for finding, like, side stuff, and which is usually where you find the best stuff in general. All right. Oh, hey, look at this. Man, that's super weird how that worked. Buff us in willpower by 9 for 1 round. Do we have support features, universal features, archetype talents, origin talents? Warp. Psyker's allies gain plus 15% crit chance. The first critical hit removes this effect. Is that per person? Athletics is definitely important for X. Yeah, that's kind of why I went with it. So, like, does each person have an individual 50% crit chance and each person has to crit to remove it? Or does everybody get a 50% crit chance and if Terry crits, it removes it from everybody? After they crit. So it's individual. It's not everybody gets dispelled if one person crits thing, right? Every 9th successful dodge and or parry by the Psyker and their allies combined grants the Psyker plus 2 additional AP on the next turn. The problem is I don't have enough. I don't have enough abilities and things to do on her that are actually going to be useful to use that much AP yet. Apply with the segregated additional 7% armor pen. Not bad. Predicted downfall. First dodge attempt of every enemy in combat suffers -14 penalty. When the second uses divination psychic power on an ally without an unnatural luck effect, the ally gains unnatural luck. Unnatural luck. When an ally suffers a critical hit, it becomes a normal hit instead, and the unnatural luck effect is removed. Gotcha. I kind of like the Edge of Fate. Give me those crit chances. Give me those crit chances. With non-burst ranged area attacks. So things like my chain lightning. So this does more damage. Aftershock, wait. Every time a psyker deals mental damage from any source other than Aftershock, the target suffers half as much mental damage at the end of their next turn. Ah. Okay. Wait. That affects the scream, but not the lightning. Wait. What affects the scream and not the lightning? Intelligence? Oh, I think I already got that. Yeah. We already got the pain channeling. That's already been done. Deals mental damage from any source. Oh, specifically mental damage. Oh, yeah, I saw that one and I was like, oh, 1000% we're doing this. Overkill being channeled into other targets? Fuck yeah. I think I'm overthinking this. I think that the extra 15% crit on everybody is just really good. All right. Soldier. Agility measures the character's quizzes, briefly poise. High agility allows the character to manipulate delicate explosives with finesse. For the character's initiative, dodge chance, and reaction. If character uses a melee weapon, their dodge reduction is equal to half their agility. Also affects the demolition skill. Well, I mean, we are using her demolition skill for things. All right, what do we got? Soldier and their allies will automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. Okay. Immediately dashes in a selected direction, spending all of their movement points. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Allows the soldier to dash through allies and enemies, but not through obstacles. Next ranged area attack made by the soldier deals 100% damage and has an additional plus 20% dodge reduction. Immediately spends all their AP and MP and gains a 30% bonus to cover efficiency. The next time the soldier uses running gun, they gain back all AP and MP plus 1 additional AP. Also resets the cooldown of all of the soldiers. Okay. Next ranged burst attack. We don't have a burst weapon. I kind of really like this, actually. I kind of really like this. To make it free when standing next to an ally, Dash can get an upgrade to not end your movement. Rapid fire upgrade removes the damage penalty. Concentrated fire is a goddamn staple. Yeah. Yeah, like, this is just insanely good. Especially since she's a shotgun wielder for right now. Like, well, I'm kind of building her as a shotgun person. So concentrated fire is just like Yeah. 1 AP, double your damage? Yes. Duh. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Alright. Alright, we did it. Now I can actually do what we came into this room to do. Hooray! Oh, hey, that athletics that we were just talking about.
It's impossible for this old officer.
Free flamer proficiency for when you get one, and those are also area attacks, so all those talents work well for cleansing. Oh, hell yeah. Mars pattern sword. Those work. Wait, hold up. What are you, and are you actually better than what we have? Yeah, it is. Oh, wait. Chain weapons deal plus 25. Okay, because it's a different... Alright, can we just, like... Plus 10 parry, minus 10 to enemy weapon skill when hit. The chain sword should also have those modifiers. Yes. Okay, so I would be losing 25% crit damage, which hurts, especially since we just got a bonus to crit, right? Once per combat. But I'm gaining a good chunk of damage, right? Like, what is that? A 20 what? So that's an average of 10? 11 damage? Average of 11 damage versus an average of 8? As well as 15 armor pen instead of 10. 25 crit damage is still less than the base damage difference between the weapons, so even on a crit, the Mars pattern will still do more. Yeah. Okay. Wait, we can dual wield? Why choose? Why not just use both? Wait, what are the penalties for dual wielding? What are the penalties for dual wielding? There are no penalties for dual wielding, but you can't attack. Fuck yeah, I'll fucking hold 2 weapons. Why the fuck would I not? Plus 5 bonus to persuasion. Who's my persuasion person? 30. 25. Not me. I don't have a persuasion person. Oh, good. Hell yeah, perfect. Love to see it. What did we just see? Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what?
Duty prevails.
Hooray, we did it. You know, I'm starting to think that I accidentally went the way instead of going the side route like I thought I was doing. All right, let's come back in here and let's check this door. Or is this the elevator that I need to fix? I'm upset. I spent this whole time thinking that I was going the, like, side path. But in fact, there is only one pathway.
Let us walk
this path.
Hi, friends. I'm sure that you will be very friendly. Need to unlock it from the way. Gotcha. Alrighty. You are in league with them. The insurrection. Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors. Oh my god, he's lost his mind. Dude. This guy just stood there and did nothing. This guy couldn't hit a fucking dinosaur if it was in front of him asleep. And then this guy is just... Oh, he's just... there's just, like, not even a thing. I was gonna say, it's not like he's gonna actually be, like, dangerous for us. It's just a guy. Literally, any of our people get a turn and he's dead. For some reason, the archenemy's twisted influence has found its way into the station. So why don't we stop it? You have a name. Your name doesn't matter, apparently. Okay. Oh. More stuff. Give me more stuff. What the hell did I just get? What was this? Long las. Oh my goodness. $14 to $20, $15, dodge reduction, additional hit chance. Yeah, I was gonna say this is pretty good. Range is higher. Max ammo's higher. Additional hit chance is slightly lower. But dodge reduction is crazy. Yeah, it's just like, why would I ever not have this? Why would I ever not have this? What the hell are you? Oh, fire grenades. Nice. Hey, wake up! The cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The button switches and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty, scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. Awaken. Turn a few... You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The cogitators' insides emit creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. Takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the cogitator systems. Data. So we got two of them alive. Theobald and Felic. Calomira, Alexius and Rasmus are all dead. Hell yeah. The child. Location, upper chambers, biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceeds the permissible limit. Status, unknown error. Attention! Common procedures advised. Attention! Upper chambers, inaccessible error. The control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact the station keeper or the Navis laboratory custodian. Archive data stores the cogitator's local data crypt. Partially corrupted, but you can still manage to access the residual logs for examination. What we got? Box recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. This is Officer A2182. Do you copy? Several generators overheated in the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The tech priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back. Recording abruptly ends. Everybody died. Officer H123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Well, that sucks. Senior station officers. This is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winter Scale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. The rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor. You hear me? Anyone! If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. Everything else is too fucked up. Gotcha. Incident log. Servants close. The child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have their remains reprocessed. What does that mean? Negotiations with the Winter Scales were a success. The new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's powers. Data expunged. Docking log. Identity confirmed. Regent Aeronto Orcelio. Date of visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. Informative. Warning. Damage in technical compartments. A12. Blah, 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 blah. Warning. Living quarters. Blah, blah, blah. Depressurized. Warning. Unable to access the station's docking system. Warning. Energy regulation system. Unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. View the encrypted data. Required access level security captain or above. Current access level security senior security officer. Hell yeah. Easily bypassed. Easily. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. What do you mean? You find traces of the purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands having been embedded in the machine spirit consciousness now floats across the screen at a single creeping line. Child delete, pick, flow, disable access code, annul station controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge, command log. Seems fine. Part of the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from a guard captain's report mentioning that the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems, but Keeper Theobald has not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that? Can't carry out your command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the cogitators mechanisms. Yeah, because it's being jammed. Main chamber controls. Open all doors on the level, obviously. If its screen goes dark, as if the machine spirits have fled their mechanical casket, but your assumption is incorrect, as it fills with static just a few moments later. Barely make out the inscription amidst a flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning, data corrupted, processing, error, blah, 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 is required. Really? Says rebels, it keeps resetting your commands according to the data compartment you're trying to open is depressurized. Message has been opened. Hell yeah. It's already been opened. Hell yeah. Hooray, we did it. Main elevator controls. Activate the elevator. Confirmed. Okay. End dialogue. Hooray, we did it. What? Heresy has found its way into the walls of this esteemed something. House. It is the black day for the Navis Nobilite. So, what the hell was that? That was warp. I don't like it. Not entirely a fan. I'm not gonna lie. Not a huge fan of the warp. Constant stench of reagent sears your nostrils and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody want to destroy the lab or find something. We have a door. We shall open the door. So let's click this. Synthetic amniotic fluid pools across the floor. Barely discernible traces stretch to the side opposite the entrance. As a puzzle to shove all these items you've been collecting into, save before messing with the combiner machine since the wrong combination blows it up rather than dispensing items. Got it. What you got? They all just lost their minds. Please don't kill me. Oh. Give me a reason. Give me a reason to keep you alive. Imagine just like finding a chunk of adamantine. Alright, let's read this stuff. More and more servants are being influenced by the immaterium, and it has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winterscale dynasty. I strongly recommend finally grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. Tech Priest blists the data crypt WH40k for the calculated number of chrono turns, which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. 4 items, the right combination gives you an item, the wrong combination explodes. There are clues. Yeah. Data crypt H40KO malfunctioned over the course of our research to remind the technomats to deliver this secret mechanism. Okay, so wait. Okay, so H40 we don't want to fuck with. H41 is good though. Alright, experimental H45-45-1. Test subject exhibits signs of acute stress. The majority perished of blood loss during a day. Within a day of being placed in the laboratory chamber due to the inability to halt the discharge of ocular secretions, tears, and the body's... That's such a fucking weird way to say that. And the body's subsequent replacement of these secretions with the connective tissue of its internal environment. What the fuck are you... What am I reading? The individuals with the greatest resistance to the sacred child's resonance died several chrono turns later. Extensive wounds in the abdomen were presumably inflicted by a jagged piece of metal. Death was caused by strangulation with the subject's own intestines. The subject's final shouts exhibited concerns over abominable tentacles and void worms, hallucinations prescribed to their own internal organs. That is insane. Okay, Keeper Theobald graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growth so we could study the influence of the rebellious immaterium in the flesh of the Navis Nobile. Yeah, that one looks like it's just lore. I think it's these that look like giant stacks of paper that are the important ones. Navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery. But let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another survey will be carried in shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment. Adamantine dust and black water. This was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. God Emperor be praised. I'm lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after this reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. All of the data related to the experiment were recorded on data K040H, which is this one, right? Yeah, so this is the one that's got all the... I mentioned that the chunk of meteorite found by Keeper Flex is completely useless. Although shiny granules could be used to make new paints for the child. Yes, I think. Okay, so the again, Majordomo attempts to nurture only the finest of flowers in the garden that is their master's life. Therefore, new seeds for the garden must be weeded out with the utmost care so the garden's trees may yield the sweetest fruit. Lessons below will help you separate the precious seeds from the vile thorns to cultivate the perfect garden for any lady navigator. Faithful servants always make sure their mistress' rooms are garbage clean. Never out of them is the same dress presented earlier in the cycle. Offers their mistress a glass of fresh water upon waking. Tastes each dish and every drink before serving it to their mistress. Will have mastered the art of styling their mistress's hair. Total time the 5 servants can spend on arranging their mistress's coiffure should not exceed 3 revolutions of the chronometer. Was that 3 hours? Faithful servant lives for their mistress and gladly gives their life for her as well. A faithful servant, blah, 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 blah. All right. Okay, so 3 types of flesh, 3 vials of liquid, and 3 reagents you can grind up into powder. So the meteorite and the adamantia and the adamantine are bad. Let me. So the reagent. I don't have any reagents. What does transducer do? Ah! Alright, so we want this. Alright. Catalyst flask. So it said that the acid doesn't work. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Okay. And then this one says that black water doesn't work either. Yeah. Okay. So between those 2, we want the biogel then, right? Oh, no, 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 biogel. Thank you. I don't remember reading anything about tissues. So, flesh sample of numerous outgrowths covered in mesh of bluish black veins. Fragments of scales or rudimentary webbed fingers. Tender pea color, untouched by mutations. I would assume... Alright, let me... Increase bless the data crypt is calculated number of prototurns, which means it is no longer necessary to mean the device while waiting for the reaction to start. So we want H40... We want this one. Right? You just double check. So wait. All the data related to the experiment were recorded to Decrypt. Oh, okay. So I can't like. Got it. Okay. So I feel like we probably want flesh, the untainted flesh sample. So this is what I figure. We got the flesh sample, we got 41, we got the biogel, and we have the psi crystal. Okay. I've realized that I can't go back and change the things after I saved. So what did I do? What was my don't actually tell me. Don't actually tell me. Don't actually tell me. I wanna Okay, so this yeah, locks in what you have all for. Yeah. Reagent flat. Oh yeah, so we want the psi crystal. Okay, so it did say that it was okay. Skin growth so we can study the influence. So I guess it's this one actually. So I guess it's actually, I think that was actually the thing that I did wrong. Because I just assumed, obviously, you would want the normal flesh sample. Anyway, let me pull this out. Wait, what? Hello? Wait, what? Wait! Wait, hold up. Oh my god, that's dumb. Alright, that's dumb. So if you put something in and it's the fourth item and then you pull it back out because you change your mind, if you close that menu, you're locked out. Yeah. I guess so. Alright. So I'm going to save now. Because I believe that it's this one that we want. But it could also be this one. This is like the last thing that I'm not 100% on. Because KO40H and H41OK are both, they're both described positively in the notes. But this one is the more recent of the two, so I think that this is the correct one. That's what I thought. Okay, so I just misread. Okay, so what does this do? What did we just get? User permanently gains a +1 psi rating and the 30% more chance to trigger perils of the warp. Yeah, but it's a permanent. So I only have one Psyker right now. I'm assuming that we're going to have more than just one. Used to be a 1 per combat consumable to make you immune to psychic damage. Not no more, it ain't. It is a permanent fucking buff. Yeah, I am gonna keep that for now. By the way, I have a feeling that Felix is actually a badman. I'm just throwing that out there. Wait, can I not? The remaining items are just yeah. Wait, now for the puzzle, there's one item for using all the right items, one item for using all the not wrong items. Oh, so that's why. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, thanks for telling me that, because I would not have. Okay. Get me back in there. That aren't clearly wrong. Yeah, so that would be okay. Yeah. That would be the meteorite chunk. What? Ah. Wait, what? Hello? Oh, I didn't grab it again. I forgot. So we got that. Catalyst flask. Wait. Okay, so this one I know is KO40H. All right, let me reread these. Not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you'll not have it to burns. Okay. So I'm assuming that the black water is better than the acid because the acid is called out specifically for itself, whereas the black water is paired with adamantine. So we could assume that adamantine is the really bad part of this and the black water is okay. That's kind of where my head's at. We will save here because we have one item that we haven't added in. The last thing is the tissue. So we have basic bitch tissue and we have navigator tissue. This is another one of those things where it's like we weren't really like it doesn't really say anything about navigator flesh or anything like that as far as I can tell. Oh wait. No, it literally says that navigator flesh is resistant. So we want to do this. What? Huh? What? All right. So we fucked up somewhere. It's not the black water? It is the end. Nope. Let me actually just read these. Okay, more and more servers are being influenced by the immaterium. It has nothing to do with child's morphic attachments. We discovered the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winterskill Dynasty. Finally grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstance. Trust me. Oh, no more thing. The tech priest blessed the data crypt. Yeah, that's already been dealt with, which means it's no longer necessary to remain. Data crypt WH40k malfunctioned over the course of our research. I should remind the technomats to deliver this sacred mechanism made. So what happens if we use all of the like horrific ones? Like, I'm gonna go grind up the. Do not use acid as relating to the crystal mutant combination. Oh. So Blackwater. I just want to see what happens. Does it blow up or do we get something else? And then flesh sample because it's far more. It just blows up. Okay. That's still that. That's still that. And navigators are resistant. I don't. I would think that navigators being resistant to change would be the medium thing. And also the thing that specifically says, do not use acid in all exclamation points. Are we sure there's a second item? Because that was said to be useless. We're just gonna take all these out. Wait, so it's okay, wait. So it's adamantine and normal flesh. Okay, I see it now. We want acid, and then we want the adamantine. Okay. But yeah, but use, like, what? Oh, fuck, I had the fucking rock in there still. I thought I had taken everything out. This should be it. Okay, there we go. Permanently gains +1 deflection, but suffers -10 agility. Okay. I think that was worth the extra time. Abelard, buddy. That was something you might be... Why does it keep setting it to this? Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Garcelio looks a little better. His tangled hair is now neatly braided. His wounds are tightly bandaged. There's some healthy color under the scales on his cheeks. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. Adira suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads! There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks so poor and flimsy they fall at the slightest touch, one hiding a blind man, another a traitor. I've used the toxic one exactly once in a challenge run. Those are way more generally useful than the old items. The old ones were 6 times consumable for being immune to side damage for 1 combat, and 6 times consumable for being immune to toxin for 1 combat. Interesting. What paths? I cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide which kind of tragedy you like the most. What do you see behind the masks? My whispers are giggling nastily. They will not speak, the naughty little things. They say that tearing off the masks is your concern. Thank you. I did not understand a single... Yeah. I have many questions. Who's the child? You meddled with something that should have been left alone. The keeper folds his arms and shakes his head disapprovingly. The child is what the station's servants call Lady Cassia, for the commoners' dirty mouths must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they are still able to speak. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Did you really think mere servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are just as guilty. Half of my guards butchered one another because they suspected. As for the real culprit, the coup was staged by those closest to the mistress. Yeah. As I am sure you are aware, there were 2 keepers at the station. Your guess was absolutely correct. Theobald Orcelio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also one to blame for the woes that have befallen Urek 5 and our noble line. I saw the security let's do this one first. I was lenient, this is true, and in the end I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. The insurgents have left almost nothing of my home. Keeper spits out the last few words with particular bitterness. Alright, I saw the security captain's report, which means he did it before the report was filed, or maybe after, or... Felix' stern face twists in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who is going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? By the God Emperor, you will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. And then I thought we're convinced that we were the ones who traded. That's why they're insane. Will you really heed the warnings, the ramblings of retainers who dared raise their hand against the scions of a noble bloodline? Enough lies! Nods wearily. I suppose it is time to remove my mask. Congratulations, you've got me. But did you really expect me to be sincere this entire time? To welcome you with open arms? An ally of Tisiphone and her monster? The accursed child who has tormented the navigators of House Orsilio for years? Don't make me... Wait. Tisiphone... That name. Wait, that's, one of the Furies, isn't it? I learned that from Hades 1. He's the one who only says murder and is like skeletal and gross. The accursed child who has tormented the navigators of House of Celio for years. Don't make me laugh. You arrived to help her completely destroy her house, and I cannot let that happen. Keep babbling about it, nothing. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You do not, in that case, accept my sincere apology for the deception and my earlier behavior. I had no intention of making an enemy of Avon Valencia's heir, nor of destroying the station that served as my home for many years. They left me no choice. Cannot even imagine what monster lurks in the upper chambers, an evil, a plague, a pestilence on our bloodline that seeks to destroy House Orsilio from within. And Theobald and his followers, just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassia is a scion of a merciless tyrant, but is not her relation to Tisiphone that is terrible. Okay, I need to look up Tisiphone. Tisiphone. Yeah, one of the three Furies of Greek mythology. Okay, yeah. In this game, Tisiphone is a prior head of this Navigator house, and is basically they're horrible. Yeah. Lady Cassia is a scion of a merciless tyrant, but she is a monster whose powers drive servants insane in mere turns. A cursed child who could kill a navigator from the Orsilio bloodline with just a look. I alone managed to get close enough to her over the years. She lowered her guard and trusted me, and at long last I rid my house of the curse. This is the truth. Perhaps you're ingratiating yourself to me, hoping I'll let down my guard. I cannot change the past and dare not hope you will ever trust me again, but I swear my words and my apology are genuine. Pity. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you're merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die! Alright.
Blessings of the divine grant us the courage and strength. Stand your ground.
I hate that we're fucking surrounded. Sucks. I mean, I can literally just have Abelard directly. Oh, really? I can't put him right next to him? Alright, well, we can put him as close to that as possible. You... We'll put you here. You know what? We can put you here. I'll put you here. I feel like the shotgun will reach. Well done. Wait, you missed Abelard, you moron? Good job. Wait, what? Oh, burst fire. Wait, oh shit! No, wait, I can't. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, there is no fucking way I can't hit both of these people. There is no shot I can't hit both of them.
Strike is a prayer.
Erect. Oh my god. If I go here. Imagine if I could get. Wait, if I go here. Imagine. Imagine. All right, wait. Please let it happen. I want to get the triple kill so bad. I want to get the triple kill so bad. Damn it. All right. Well, we got two of them.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Stay vigilant.
I mean, this just wipes them out, right? No. Interesting. All right. Well.
Victory is imminent.
Last weapons have the worst. Oh, las weapons have the worst over penetration. You might have gotten a second guy with a solid projectile sniper rifle. Gotcha. What did he do? What did you just do? All incoming warp damage is increased by 12%. Other types of damage are increased by 6. Okay. All right, so who's still alive over here? You?
Doubt is for the weak.
Get all the way around the pillar. Bold of you to assume that I need it. I do forget about this though. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, okay. Buy as well. Dodge a free shot from Never Shots to. Fuck! I keep forgetting that we have like things that we can do. And you just die, right? Yep. There we go. I like how it's like, I know that you should never trust me again. But also, why are you calling me a liar? Die. It's like, well, you know. Alright, what all did I just pick? Armored body glove. That's literally the... Wait. What? Did I really not get anything else? No, wait, why are these down here? Excuse me? So why could she not use this staff? What the fuck? And he's targeted by navigator. Oh, you need to be a navigator. Fair enough. What? Why? Strength of 35 is required? Really? Interesting. I'm kind of surprised. Does not have an area attack. Increases damage from all sources against any hit targets by 50% until the end of combat. Does not stack. Wait, what does this do? Yeah, I'll take that. I have 14 of these, Jesus. Yeah. I'll take an extra crit chance. Fuck yeah. All right. That seems fine. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. As the otherworldly creature's gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past warped nightmares reemerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air and terror, drowning under a crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is it happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? No. Adira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, ow, ow! This is my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! Here, see? Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head and her white hair veils her face. If you do not stop, I will shoot you in the head. You direct all your attention inward to your heart, currently shackled by another suffering. Under the gaze of your burning inner eye, the despair and pain begin to dwindle. The darkness in your soul dissipates. The lump in your throat shrinks, and you discover that you are standing in front of a bizarre creature, a young woman whose tears seem to have dried along with your own. Hi, lady. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and the howl of a small, wounded animal. What is happening? Was somebody calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? Harry Von Valencius. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Could you please stop torturing my crew? Unease settles over her features and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Terry. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance at such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Theobald Orselio, the heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from prying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from him. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve. Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman. You. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet-black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. Oh, that's pleasant. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon your head. Somebody already tried that. He's already a corpse. If you try it, the same thing will happen to you. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged, it's making the whisper shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Good job, Abelard. Places a hand on his weapon. At present, I'm trying to determine what's happening. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station or like scoundrels in Felix service, so who are you? Harry Von Valencius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always make an appearance at desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't try that just now. Like 20 minutes ago. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orselio now asks to service you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy to our house today. You decide. What service? Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aaronto, acting head of House Orselio, in the Coronis Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Fair. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. Interesting. I want to know what happened. Belek is my wayward student. He came to Urac 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his ability for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators. Okay. To Tiffany Orselio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish Roy, the Renegades, clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the Novator's throne. He accused you of treachery. Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice or proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite. It is the honest word of an honorable man counts. Oh, if the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you. I guarded the station against calamity and incursions from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. How could you lose control? Do not thrust white arrows in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise, maybe. Take my advice, trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. I believe I've made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Good, that is good, but do allow us to say 8 other people show up.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you.
From 2 seconds ago.
Come to save us.
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corollas expanse.
My dude, your voice is hard to hear. Like, Jesus.
I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
My throat hurts just from listening to your fucking voice. Jesus.
No, not you two. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. You pump sweat, your heart freezes in panic. We've already been over this!
I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urac 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
Huh? Dialogue looping because you could have done these parts in another order? Wait, what do you mean looping? There hasn't been any dialogue looping. What are you talking about? What? Explain yourself, Jello. Oh, in response, we already... Oh, okay. What is this button supposed to do? It seems to do literally nothing. I thought it was supposed to, like, because it pops up whenever you're not at the very bottom. I thought it was supposed to take you to the bottom. But it just doesn't do anything. Regret that we had to meet under such a...
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
Starting to look pretty, apparently, yeah. Okay, you fucking stuck-up bitch. I was trying to fucking be nice. Jesus.
What are you going to do to me?
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
We get back on the ship and like a fucking dreadnought shows up and just blows us up, and it's like, oh well, she died anyway.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Yurak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio. Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Why was she supposed to be evil? Just because she can't control her power? Is that basically it? It's as if the painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. That's pleasant. Well, no one appears to be living in the cave. Somebody still filled the trough with dried fruit and fresh water. Why does it say no one and not nothing? Excuse me? Curious feast was left untouched. Well, I'm going to touch this box and take all of its contents, I'll tell you that much. The Lady Navigator's private library is brimming with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the Trailblazers. Oh, shit! Okay, so she's an officer. Okay, so what is this? Why would you assume that gilded cages are only for birds, good sir? Because I'm not in the practice of caging people. Outside of, like, you know, jails. Navigator specific talents are stupid strong. Well, let's find out what they do. An officer forces an ally to fully push themselves, increase their characteristic by plus 14 for 1 round. Alright, so what does this scale off of? Fellowship. Okay, additionally, all the officer's abilities can be applied to the target of voice command from any distance. Character becomes the target of voice command, cannot be targeted by this ability again for the next 2 rounds. Okay. Or voice of command, sorry. Persuasion. It's affected by the fellowship character. Hey, we have a persuasion person. I can put those gloves onto her. Immediately grants an ally an extra turn with 2 AP and no MP. This ally is under the effect of voice of command and kills an enemy before the end of the officer's turn. Ally gains a 1-time additional plus 8 momentum. This ability cannot be used on the same ally more than once per round. Okay. The officer grants an ally an extra turn with full AP and MP. During the extra turn, there is no attack. Jesus. It's actually kind of insane. Half of the bonus granted by voice of command remains until the end of combat. This bonus is not stacked with itself or with bonus granted by voice of command, but does count as an officer ability effect for the person's other talent effects. Note, the affected ally does not count as having the voice of command effect. They only gain bonuses to their characteristics. Okay, so it's not like it was what this. Yeah, so it's not like this where it's. If they kill somebody, they'll get an additional 8 momentum. Nice. Okay, so we just fellowship, right? So the problem is I don't know what she can do. All right, here, let's actually just select her. All right, so what abilities does she have? Lidless Stare. All creatures in a cone in front of the navigator suffer from 1 to 14 damage. The affected targets must also pass a 30 bonus willpower resistance test or become stunned for 1 turn. Okay. Bring it down. Yeah. And then voice of command. Okay. Good for perception, will, and fellowship scaling, and that's therapy. You don't need other stuff. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. She just comes with a fire grenade? That's fucking... Alright. Question. What are the icons that show up at the top left and top right of the portrait? Like the finger with the cross over, with the cross out, no movement and no action. Okay. I don't think I noticed those at all. Alright, so we'll do fellowship. Clicking that button will use your attack and movement for the turn. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, enemies damaged by the navigator suffer plus 10% additional damage from any source of warp damage. So this combos very well with Adira. Bonus damage stacks for each hit inflicted by the navigator up to 5 times. Okay, so eventually up to 50% damage. That's actually kind of crazy. Would work really good if we got something like fucking Scorching Ray. Like something similar to Scorching Ray where it hits multiple times per turn. Every even turn, the navigator gains an additional action point. Every odd turn gains plus 20 perception. That's interesting. Every enemy the navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 5. Complete passive. And a very light CC. That scales based on perception. Okay. Every enemy... So I think this is an interesting ability, but I think it's bad. Right? Like, I think that this is really bad, but it's fun. Navigator starts all turns, including extra turns with plus 3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted by the navigator with a single target ability. Each turn grants the same amount of additional movement points at the start of their next turn. What? Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking Abelard with an extra 3 movement points. I mean, like, hell, anybody, right? Literally anybody with an extra 3 movement points is huge. This is also very good. Holy shit, yeah, you weren't kidding. These are, like, strong as fuck. Makes all resistance tests with their willpower if it is higher than the base characteristic for such a test. If the navigator's willpower is higher than their toughness, the navigator's wounds are calculated according to their willpower. What? That's insane. It would give me 2. Enemies affected by the navigator's powers suffer a stacking minus set penalty. The next resistance system of the navigator's powers. Penalty is lost after. Okay. Oh my god. All right. Enemies moved by the navigator's power suffer 3 damage at the end of the movement. I don't really have a way to move people right now, right? So, veil degradation is reduced by 1, which is nice. Heals 5 wounds. Yeah, I nodded for a second. Navigator heals 5 wounds at the beginning of it, so fast healing. Gains +1 additional wound for every navigator talent taken. That's crazy. Navigator has a lot of force movement abilities. I figured as much. I don't think that we don't have any right now. So this would not help right now, right? Like it could get better in the future, but for this moment right now, that's not good. The healing increases by holy shit. It's like infinite stackable, like potentially infinite stackable fast healing. That's crazy. Whenever the navigator uses navigator power that has not been used this combat, gains +2 perception until the end of combat. Not good, low level, and could be insanely powerful later on. Especially with like extra turns and extra action points and all that shit. Enemy fails resistance test. Attacks against them gain +30% crit chance. Stacks, but it is reset by a critical hit. That's crazy. Yeah, we saw that. Navigator +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristics of the navigator's currently equipped staff, castigating, infusing, and devastating count as characters. Okay. This actually doesn't seem that great. At the end of combat, enemies damaged by the navigator suffer an additional 5 damage from all attacks and opportunities and cannot dodge them. Okay. While under the enemy of any navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced by 10. Not bad. The reduction is increased by the devastating parameter. And the arm... Oh, Jesus. Is increased by the devastating parameter of the navigator stat, but does not stack. Okay. Target, gain +5 to all resistance tests against warp. Until the end of combat. Stacks with every applied ability. Gain +10% additional armor. Reduced by the amount of veil degradation to a minimum of 0. It increased by the infusing parameter of the currently... like, reading these, like, I went from holy shit to, what was the one? There was one that I was like, oh my god, this is really good. +5 to hit, -5 to be hit. Not bad. But I think this is just like insanely good. Yeah, I think we're just gonna take this one. All right. Heroic act that ally gains temporary wound. Okay. The range. I'm gonna take this because I think that this is incredibly important, especially since we're gonna be giving people a lot of extra movement. I think getting the extra range is incredibly important. Use the ability on ally gains a bonus to their perception and ballistic equal to 4. That's not that great for yet. Like, another thing that would be, like, really good once we get our, whatever bonus this scales off of. Fellowship. In place of a class talent. Inspire courage. Officer attacks with a bird. +5 temporary. Does scale. I think I'm just going to take commanding voice. I think that that's just, like, really, really good. I feel like you kind of want her to be back in the back. I think you will kind of want her to be back in the back of the group, like, kind of, you know, calling out orders and shit. Like, you want her to be in the back, like an officer would be. Okay. Nice. Let's do... All right. We are done here. Oh, goddamn. All right. Well, we finished a quest. Oh my god, we finished the thing. Oh. I was about to say, I think we're going to call it here. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis, Navi? Has been prepared. Hey, listen! Has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... Heart starts beating furiously, your breath becomes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Victus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. Not even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course, when you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. Bitch, you need to get your shit under control. You need to stop letting your feelings bleed off into everybody around you. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds hesitation, Cassie lets out a small exhale, then raises her pointed chin. I've not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably. Do not exploit me in my wretched position. And for that I am immeasurably grateful. I'm also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. You've served... Oh, hey! I remember seeing her! That was the named person who didn't matter before. Served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Immaterium, and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. Aww. But now I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Tell me about the ritual. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship so that I become one with the vessel. Ezio lifts a lock of hair from the back of her neck, revealing gilded implant ports. Oh, she's going into the Matrix. Wait, he actually handed you a drawing when you clicked on him, even though it didn't tell you in your log. There's a little lore item in your inventory for talking to him back then. Oh, interesting. After that, I use the House Orcelio ritual, which I'm loath to reveal to you to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it's time to open my third eye, appear into the depths of the warp itself, among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss. Only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orcelio never lose their course. Why do you refuse red? Oh, okay, sure. I'll take care of it. I shall take my leave of you during the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me if you can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Who dis? Oh, that one. Lord Captain, I'll oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Yay! Boxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, by chanting the metallic clicking of implants, and the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence. Initiating community ritual. Come here, Uwe. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of the brush. Go, footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails and umber shadows spinning over the surface of a fiery dance. Or in a fiery dance. The storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. Yeah, pretty much. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. Oh my god. Boxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I've never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Leader undisturbed. Yeah, why would I interrupt? Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants of the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain. And then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I'll arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare me a few moments of your time, as there are several matters to... First of all, I wish to report on the condition of the station. You're Act 5. Yeah, it's probably exploding, right? Had you opted to begin your visit to the Rycott station with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of the Navis Nobilite brought us precious time. We can either focus our efforts on disassembling the station and procuring technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Gather any components. As you command, Lord Captain. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engineer Prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located... I know. Yes. All right. Thank you. That'll be all. Pushing the offers to take the Lady Navigator's left quarters currently in the wardroom where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out. She used to buy things in stores. Gotcha.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll be nice.
Compared to Owlcat 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color. One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you. There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis Nobilite. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Well, first, it wasn't a question, it was a statement. And second, bitch, your emotions affect everybody around you. What are you talking about?
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Owlcat 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort.
Here's my boy.
Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Collar and restrict her emotion explosions. Interesting.
No, it is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Cassie cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes the topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is unsurprising, then, that Cassia prefers the company of the one who is used to how she looks. Fair.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain
explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Quite right. Shut your mouth. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad. It's just natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make
Are you gonna get an albino girlfriend?
heaviness?
Nah, she's kind of a bitch.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
Yeah, we had a bit of an event recently. Also, it's
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
What's your space, mommy and Mort? Jesus Christ, I hate both of these. I hate both of these because this is just a fucking simp answer. And this is just a douche answer. Did not wish to disturb you.
Or because my presence offends them. Then I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare
The obvious trap answer.
Thank you for your company.
Nobody talks like that. And if they do, they should be slapped. Or let me rephrase. Nobody unironically talks like that. Nope, no books. All right. But we have hit 9 o'clock, which means I am going to have to call it here. Oh. Oh, that was a good stretch. She literally has an instruction manual. Gross. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be romancing her. If the romance answers are, "Oh my god, my queen, you're so beautiful. I am sure that everybody on the ship just, oh my god, they've just been overtaken by how gorgeous you are." Or, "Hey, you want to fuck?" Like, those are the two options. And it's like, no, these are both shit. I hate both of these. Okay, so coming up, no stream tomorrow, as always. Thursdays are my partway through the week day off. Friday and Saturday, we're gonna be doing more Inevitable Excess in the Loader Woder. romance is. I read about this in a book, so you're supposed to do all the overly pompous nobility type rituals. Nope, no thank you. No thank you. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Words. Stuff. Things. Inevitable Access Loader Woder, Friday and Saturday. We will be continuing that. We finished I think, last week, if I remember correctly. If not, we are very, very close to finishing and I may or may not have locked myself out of the Paradox ending. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm hoping that we didn't, but everything's fine. Beyond that, next week, is or is you ain't my constituency. Right? That's the term, right? That's the word that he used in the movie. Anyway, next Tuesday we're gonna be doing the Dragonair solo run in Pokemon Red, and next Wednesday, 1 week from today, we will be back doing more rogue tradering. Yeah, we'll be going and doing something else. I have no idea what we're gonna be doing because I don't know anything about this game. Yeah, that's a good movie. The best Odyssey adaptation of the modern era. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. Actually, before I go, one last thing. If you're on the YouTube side, I would very much appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button, and if you would hit that like button, and if you are on the Kick side of things, I would very much appreciate if you would hit that follow button, or if you're feeling generous, you would hit that subscribe button. Yeah, with that, I am gonna go. Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. I appreciate y'all as always. And as always, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you all have a good evening, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. And thanks for watching. If you would like to help support the channel, you can do so by following, subscribing, joining the Discord, or maybe even checking out the Patreon or Throne links down below.